Hi there everyone, thanks for opening up this video. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Rian, I live in Jeffreys Bay, South Africa. This is my fiance's testimony. Let me first introduce you to my family. This is Nathan, the youngest of the lot. That is Luden, and Tasha, my fiance. And there's one little boy missing, and that is little Wilco. We're currently in a custody battle. But yo, that's another story for another time. Around about a week ago, Tasha came to me and told me that we should make a video and tell our story on YouTube. So I went to God and I asked him for a sign, a confirmation that if this is his will, that he should give it to me on confirmation. And yeah, today I got my confirmation and I am about to share with you all our story, our testimony. 2013, 2014, I met Tasha one night in a pub. Yes, I was a heavy drinker. I wouldn't say alcoholic, but when I partied hard. I enjoyed my weed. And I met Tasha one night in the pub. And funny enough, that night she introduced me to another guy who was irritating her. And that guy across the room, that is her husband, which I was not. Didn't know the girl from a bar of soap. But yeah, I played along and we got to know each other for like a month. Our paths separated and we never saw each other, or we didn't see each other for the next 2 years, next year and a half. 2015, I enjoyed my weed a little bit too much. Every day after school, I was a teacher, by the way. And sorry, if I do jump around a little bit when telling the story, I don't have anything written down, it's just out of my head, so forgive me for jumping around a little bit. So I was a teacher, so every day after school, got home, smoked a joint, relaxed, put my feet up, and I didn't actually want to tell myself what I was in denial. The weed did start to become a problem, smoking too much. And then one night in 2015, I declared God does not live. And I did this while I was high. Now, to give you a little background on this story, on this, why I said this, I grew up in a family that went to church, but there was no real foundation. Jesus was not really the foundation in our house. So I grew up with all these questions. How can God live? How can someone or a God live if there's all these evidence of prehistoric animals, dinosaurs, men, and all that? So this night on 2015, I declared with my voice that God does not live. And 2, 3, 4 weeks later, I can't really give you the timeline, I started losing my voice. My voice started became horsey. Just like at the moment I sound now, it started becoming like this. And I thought to myself, this is only a little cough, a little flu, something in that line, it will pass, like all the other times it did. And it just never passed. It became worse and worse, and I kept on smoking the weed, and just kept on going worse and worse, until one night I lost complete control over my voice. My vocal cords didn't function. It was paralyzed. I think they call it vocal cords paralysis, something like that. But I never went to an ENT. I never went to a specialist to get me checked out. I tried to get along. I tried doing this. Went onto Google, get all the doctors of Google to see what's wrong with me. Eventually, I went to ENT, and the first one I went to, told me that, no man, I'll prescribe you a little bit of medicine, rest your voice a lot, and you'll get better. After a year, struggling with my vocal cords and no real sign of getting better, I could speak, but not really, because sometimes, it sounded terrible. If you put on a radio and the radio makes that sound, that's what I sounded, even worse than what I sound now. Um, there was no real progress in my voice. So I went to ENT again, and he said to me that there's a growth on one of my vocal cords. So he prescribed medication again, and that's that. That's where he left me. During this time in the year, I started dating my fiance, Natasha, and an ear, nose, and throat specialist told me that this growth that I have on my vocal cords are from heartburn. She said, no, this is rubbish. Let's get a second opinion and we'll see what he says. Went to a second ear, nose, and throat specialist. He told me that I can do what I want. I can stand on my head, drink whatever he prescribes. Nothing will take this growth away. So I went for operation, and then it was a wart. A wart grew on my vocal cords. He told me, Dr. Black, who was the ear, nose, and throat specialist, he told me that my vocal cords are raw meat. I was struggling and this overworking, overusing with this water on my vocal cords. It was I was using it too much and using it too hard, and this was causing it to be raw meat. So kind of timing was real. I mean, I was on the edge of losing complete control of my vocal cords. So I went for the operation, ward cut off, and the doctor told me this is kind of it. My vocal cords will never really be good enough. I won't be able to shout across a field. I won't be able to talk loud in a hall, anything like that. So kind of my teaching days was over. Like I said earlier, I was a teacher. And I started my own business. Left school, started my own business. Then this kind of failed in the first 5 to 6 months. Like I said, excuse me if I jump around a little bit. I have no notes written down. Anything I work off, I'm telling you the story from the top of my head. This night when I lost my voice, complete control of my voice, I said a little prayer, said nothing, nothing I can really speak. But in my head I said, God, if you really live, show me that you live. Show me that you are there. And I believed right there and then that God can cure me and miraculously fix whatever is wrong with my voice, even though I said there's no God. During all this time, I started my company. I went for the operation, and Natasha was diagnosed with cancer. Before she was diagnosed, she received the word that she would be diagnosed for a second time of cancer. And when she got diagnosed with cancer, I started asking questions, but how was it possible for her to know that beforehand, before she even went to the doctor, that she's going to have cancer again? So the question came up, and the possibility of God, that that God is there and truly lives, started ringing in my head, and I started, all right, maybe there is a God. So we got onto the treatment, paid for it. We didn't have any medical aid, but we paid for it. And we had sponsorship from outside who paid for the treatment, for the chemo. Then the sponsorship for the chemo from outside source stopped due to various reasons, and we was kind of stuck in a catch-22 situation. We had to pay for the chemo because we can't go to governmental assistance. In South Africa, it works like this: when you are diagnosed with a with cancer or any kind of illness, and you pay for it, and you can't then from there go back to support system from the government. You got to start at the government if you want their help. If you start on your own finances, you're going to stick to it. There's no other way. So we were kind of in trouble. We didn't have any money, and along came this new chemo from India. It's an injection that you inject around the stomach, and the doctor said, well, she's going to get onto this trial basis. We still had to pay for it, but it's a lot less. God helped us. He, through friends of ours, they helped us pay for this treatment. All glory to Him. And during this time, I had to inject her. I every night injected her. Oh yeah, sorry, jumping around again. We moved in together before I got to know God, before I got to know that there is a God, before she received word that she's going to have cancer again. We moved in together. So every night I injected her with this chemo around the stomach, and I could see how 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 painful it is. I mean, as soon as you inject it, there was pain written all over her body, not pain written all over her face. Um, one night, one morning, she woke up full of energy. I mean, people out there who knows what you go through when you go through chemo treatment, you don't really have energy, and you struggle to wake up and all of that. And one morning, Natasha woke up, and she was full of energy. She had, I mean, it was definitely not the same girl. So she asked me, guess who visited me? And well, Jesus came to her in her dreams and told her with her next scan and doctor's appointment, she will be cured of cancer. Cancer, the scans will show there's no cancer in her body. She went for her next scan, and just like Jesus said to her, no cancer left, no trace, nothing. People who know what uh, when you get cured of cancer, normally through chemo, just like the same when you have a cut on your arm or wherever on your skin, you have a scar. They leave a scar. And just like the same with cancer, cancer leaves scars wherever ever it touched in your body. There was no scars, there was even no chemo left. God completely erased everything. And that was my final nail in the coffin. That was my final confirmation that there is a God. If I did not go through the whole process of injecting Natasha with the chemo and then seeing how she's a completely new person, the test showing there's no uh, chemo in her body, there's no scars, there's no cancer. That was the final nail in the coffin. And that's when I gave my heart completely to God. Before that, there was still this hesitation. Is it real? Is God real? Is this whole story fake? But that was it. That was my final nail, and Jesus just grabbed me and just ran with me. So here we are today. A month ago, Antasha received a word that we will get married 29th September this year. This is now 2018. We got engaged 25th of November last year, and God used my atheist cousin. Let's reverse that. Not an atheist cousin. She was atheist, and God is already almost a year later, working in her life and showing her also how big and how amazing He is. Well, back then, 25th of November, she was atheist. Stays in Holland. They came to She and her husband came to visit us, and through her, God bought us a engagement ring, and we got engaged 25th of November. Alta, love you, Alta. Alta knew that I wanted to get married on the 25th of November. She didn't actually know why that date. I didn't really tell her that God told us it would be on the 25th of November. But when she came to South Africa, came to our house, the first thing she asked me, do you have a ring? What's happening? Are we having a engaged party? And I told her, no, sorry, we don't have a ring. Money didn't work out. She took me by the hand and we went to a wedding ring shop, the jewelry, that's the word. Went to a jewelry and she bought us a ring. So we got married, we got engaged on the 25th of November 2017. Now, back to the present. A little bit less than a month ago, Natasha received word from God that we will get married 29th of September. And we received a confirmation on the date. Today being the 15th of September, Natasha told me a week ago that we should make a video, post on YouTube, and tell our story. I asked God for confirmation and a sign, and today I received that sign. So here I am, sitting and talking to you and telling our story. We, let's say, 60% of our wedding plans have fallen into place. God has opened up a lot of doors for our wedding. We received a wonderful venue. We got a wedding ring for Natasha, 3,000 rands worth. We received a lot of discount on most of the things, like a dress, all of that. But we still need a lot of help. And God said to Natasha that we should make this video and just post it out there. I'm coming to you today and asking you if you feel in your heart that God is telling you to help us in any way He's showing you any way you feel fit, please feel free to help us. Help us in any way that you can. I will put on somewhere there roundabouts my banking details. I will put on my email account. Get in contact with me. Ask me questions if you need to ask any questions. If you need any confirmation, um, feel free to help us financially. Feel free to help us in any other way you can. And if you have any other questions about my story, if you have any other questions about our story, any other questions about God, about Jesus, feel free to contact me. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule watching this. Be blessed and chat to you soon.